I think President Trump is in trouble. We'll get to that in just a moment. I'm coming to you from downtown New Orleans. I live downtown. This is my apartment downtown. In fact, when I look out of my window, I can see the very beginning of Bourbon Street and the roofs of the houses and buildings in the French Quarter of New Orleans. Great location. I love where I am downtown. But stuff happens downtown. And, you know, if you come to New Orleans or if you're from here, you got to be careful. There's a story of a guy who got robbed. He got robbed, but he didn't have to get robbed. It's really his fault. A guy tells police that a woman robbed him. And here's what happened. 4 o'clock in the morning, he meets this woman on Bourbon Street. Chances are he's been drinking. The woman on Bourbon Street says, come on, let's go to this party. So she calls somebody to pick them both up. He gets in the car with these two people that he doesn't know. And they start to head over to what is a party. They stop at an ATM and tell the guy to get money out. As soon as he gets the money out, they wrestle his wallet away, they get the money, and they drive off, leaving the guy there. The guy called the Lyft service to bring him back to a safe location, and then he called the police. I don't mean to be laughing, but I mean seriously. You're drinking all night, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, you meet a woman, and she says, let's go to a party. You don't know her, and you go to the party? I mean, this guy's lucky that what has happened to others didn't happen to him. I mean, people have done this and they have been killed. So, hey, New Orleans is a great time, but, you know, don't fall for that, you know, hey, let's go party at 4 o'clock in the morning. In fact, you meet somebody like that at 4 o'clock in the morning in the French Quarter, you shouldn't even bring them to your hotel room, because sometimes men bring women to their hotel rooms and one of two things happens. Well, one of three things. Sometimes there's sex. Sometimes they get robbed. And sometimes they realize the woman they picked up is not really a woman. Yeah, that happens. So, you know, be careful. Okay, I think Trump is in trouble. I don't say that with great pleasure because I live in America. I'm a patriotic American, and he is the president of the United States. But with Michael Cohen yesterday being sentenced to 3 years in prison, and then on top of that, the National Enquirer, a publication that has supported Trump, that supported Trump through the campaign. They ran negative stories about Clinton, positive stories about Trump. The owner of the Enquirer is a friend, a longtime friend of President Trump. He was trying to help Trump get elected by running positive stories in the Enquirer about Trump, some of which may not even have been true. Well, the National Enquirer has now admitted to prosecutors that they paid $150,000 to pay off a presidential sex partner, or somebody who Donald Trump was with before the election. They paid her $150,000 to keep her story quiet for the purpose of swaying the election. That's not good. I don't know where it's going to lead, but Trump's in trouble. A Fox News host says that he doesn't think Trump is capable of sustained focus. It's Fox News host Tucker Carlson. And he says his promises were that he would build a wall, defund Planned Parenthood, and repeal Obamacare. And he hasn't completely done any one of those three major things that he campaigned on. And people still love him. And it doesn't look like he's going to get any of those things done anytime soon. So does it even matter? People will love him anyway. But the president's in trouble. Now, we hear this about every president. Sources close to the president say. So this is not unusual. Sources close to the president say that for the first time, he seems to be really concerned about being impeached. And he's talking privately to his close friends about being impeached. For a man of that ego, that would be a huge embarrassment. He would become a historical stain in American political history. What scares me is that the more Trump feels like things are closing in on him, understanding his ego, as I do, and as you do, there's no doubt that he has a huge ego. What is he going to do? What could this man do as president of the United States to try to distract or to try to defend himself from getting in trouble? And Fox News legal analyst, former Judge Andrew Napolitano, He says he cannot imagine that the Southern District of New York is not going to indict President Trump. Not while he's president, but after he's president. So all of this stuff on the president's mind. He does seem to feel a lot of pressure. And here's the bad thing. You can't say, we never did that. And then you come back when information comes out and you did it. You say, well, it wasn't wrong. I mean, that's essentially what's happening with the payoffs of the Playboy Playmate and the porn star. And this has been a pattern. The president has, all politicians lie, but the president has been so specific and so sincere in his adamant denial of doing things. I did not do that. We did not do that. I did not know about that. And then we find out he did know, and people around him knew. So where is this going to lead? I don't know, but it's not good. And I'm concerned about this country right now. It's December 13th, 2018. Let it be known that here on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel, which is the home of Maverick Moderates, not right, not left, opinionated moderates with strong convictions, Democrats, Republicans who lean to the middle. They're not far right or far left. We are the ones that control elections. We are the ones that make up the greatest part of the voting public. And yet we don't get as much attention as we should. So again, I think Trump's in trouble, and that's not good for the country. So let's see where this leads. We'll be following this. Also, on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel, this is the Daily Hit. And we do the Daily Hit every day, Monday through Friday, sometimes on weekends, which is just an update on news and stuff that's going on that day. It gives you some information to, go about your day with. And maybe you get into a debate with others. Maybe there's some information or some things that we can supply you with that helps you in your debates with others or your conversations with coworkers or friends. And then once a week, we're going to do an interview show. And I've already uploaded 2 interview shows, one with Republican Congressman Steve Scalise, another with a Bourbon Street dancer, both really interesting interview conversations over a meal at a restaurant in the French Quarter of New Orleans. Those are posted. And then later today, I post the 3rd interview because we're just starting this YouTube channel. And the 3rd interview show is with Amanda Shaw. If you've never heard of her, if you've heard of her, you know who she is. If you haven't heard of her, she's a young singer-songwriter, fiddle player. She's punk, she's country, she's Cajun, she's rock, she's sweet, she's sassy, she's innocent, she's very sexual. On stage, as far as her image is concerned. I had a great conversation with her. And from this young 20-something performer, you really get a strong sense of what it means to have true character. And in the interview, Amanda talks about how she could have done things that would have advanced her career, but she didn't do them because it was against what she believed. It's a great interview. She's a wonderful person. That should be posted later today. So I do hope you will subscribe to Scoot on the Air on YouTube. Subscribe. Doesn't cost anything. And then you'll get updates on anything we do. I'm Scoot on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. Have a great day.